In the high, shelterless reaches of Provence, the sun doesn't just shine, it dominates. There is no shade here, no natural cover, and most importantly, not a single drop of water to be found in the parched earth. After 3 days of walking through this terrain, the body begins to fail. Every step across the cracked ground is a reminder of how little this environment wants you to survive. Scattered across the hills are the skeletons of a community, abandoned villages with crumbling stone walls and streets that haven't seen a footprint in years. The people who lived here didn't just leave, they were forced out by the land's slow death. The wind never stops. It whistles across the empty ridges with a sound like a wild beast that has been disturbed during its meal, sharp, relentless, and aggressive. But in the middle of this hostility, a tiny shape appears on the horizon, a lone figure standing still against the heat. This is a shepherd. Amidst the scorching ground and the dry wind, he possesses a strange, immovable calmness. He offers the one thing the land cannot, a drink of water from his own supply. In a place where nature has completely withdrawn its resources, survival stops being about the environment and starts being about the unexpected intervention of another human being. Inside the shepherd's stone cottage, the world shrinks to the size of a wooden table. The aggressive sun is gone, replaced by the soft glow of a single lamp. The shepherd pours acorns onto the table. He isn't eating them. Instead, he examines every single one with the focus of a jeweler. Any acorn that is too small or cracked is discarded until he has exactly 100 perfect seeds. His name is Elzéard Bouffier. He was once a farmer in the plains, but after the death of his son and his wife, he sought out the silence of these mountains to live a slow, solitary life with his sheep. He didn't come here to watch things die. He concluded that this entire region was failing for one specific reason: a lack of trees. Every day, he follows a mechanical routine. He carries a heavy iron rod to punch holes into the hard earth, places an acorn inside, and covers the hole. One hole, one seed, repeated over and over. He has been doing this for 3 years. In that time, working entirely alone, he has systematically planted 100,000 acorns. Nature is a brutal filter. Out of those 100,000, 80,000 were lost to the elements or the animals. Only 20,000 managed to actually sprout from the soil. There is no secret to what he is doing. It is simply the result of one small physical action being performed with total consistency over thousands of days. In 1914, the world changed. For 5 years, the machinery of nations turned toward industrialized slaughter. Millions of men were engaged in a brutal war that razed cities and scorched the earth of Europe. But while the rest of the world was occupied with destruction, Elzéard Bouffier remained in silence. The war didn't disturb him. He simply kept planting. After 5 years of conflict, the narrator returned to the hills, looking for the pure air and the peace that the war had destroyed. The landscape had shifted. The flat gray horizon was gone, replaced by towering oak trees, now 10 years old and taller than the men beneath them. This forest stretched 11 kilometers long and 3 wide, all springing from the hands of this one man. Inside the woods, the air is cool and moist. The savage winds have been blocked by the canopy, replaced by a gentle breeze. The wildlife has finally returned to these hills, and for the first time in generations, the entire land feels vibrantly alive. Comparing this massive forest to the destruction of the Great War, the ultimate lesson is clear. Without technical aids or massive armies, the soul of a single man can be just as effective as God in creating life.